All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to a long time coming episode of Southern Fried Interviews. By popular demand, I'm going to be here with Phil Birch,
Whoop, whoop.
the champion of the New Orleans Pro Tour, the Salt King himself. I'm going to set a disclosure now that if you get offended by alcohol use, tobacco use, cursing, or sexual references, then this may not be the show for you. If you do like those things, then we're right there with you. So let's just get into some small talk. Phil, how's things? How does it feel to be the champ? How are things going?
It's pretty good. Getting like a $300 trip is pretty nice, even though I spent probably $300 to win it. Plane tickets are the most deceivingly not lackluster prize in the history of anything. You spend $300 to win a $300 voucher. But I don't know, it's fun. It's a good time. Had a great time. And destroyed people.
Nice. And I've been told that you recently moved to Atlanta. You liking that? You liking it better than Michigan?
Yeah, it's not cold here. It was like 40-something degrees last week in Michigan. It's been like 70s and up for the past 2 months here, so it's a lot better.
Yeah, the weather's way better. I will agree.
The weather is definitely better.
All right, Phil. Well, let's get into some of the talk that people want to hear. With this tournament being the first post-rotation.
Yeah, the post-rotation.
Tournament, how was the meta different missing the Red Horizon cards?
Oh, God, there's nothing that really kills people anymore. You kind of have to find it and work for it. So you got no Tribs, no Piercing Howls, like just very few kill cards. So you have to like work a lot harder to find the kill. Your character cards aren't as, you don't have a spare in the meta. You don't have to prepare for that really. It's just a different scenario, honestly. It's like a different situation all around.
Completely different meta, you'd say then.
Yeah.
All right. Let me ask you this, and this is a big deal because you won with a character from Rise of the Masters, and your other main deck you were talking about is Gemini Man. So how has Rise of the Masters changed the meta? I mean, I know it's kind of undiscovered, but what has that set done for the game, and what do you think it's going to do for the game? And do you think it's a good set?
Overall, Rise of the Masters is really just a shitty set. Like, all the rares and stuff are pretty bad, but like the character card quality is a lot better than what you have in King of Fighters, really, because you don't have to stick to like a predetermined theme. Like all the like powerful character cards in Rise of the Masters, like Snake Man, Ring Man, which people don't like. I love Ring Man, Skill Man, Skull Man, and like Gemini Man can all play whatever the hell they want. You don't have to stick to whatever in like particular, other than Snake Man has to play low attacks, but low attacks have been good for like the past 2 years anyway, because nobody plays low blocks. So outside of like a few outlier cards, the set, like character quality wise, is pretty good, but like card quality wise is really lackluster, which is why it's so hard to kill people right now. Which is why Garrett got like second place with the mill deck, because if you don't have a plan to kill people, you don't have a way to kill people.
Yeah. Do you now? I can maybe agree with some of that at Rise of the Masters. Maybe some of the ultras and stuff aren't that exciting, but I'd say that there is a lot of card quality in commons and uncommons in the set. Would you agree or what?
You get some, like, your best cards are going to be your uncommons and commons, which is really surprising why the set's like pretty much sold out everywhere. You only really need like 2 or 3 boxes and you can build like any deck, because you don't need any of the ultra rares. Like the best ultra attack is maybe Rain Flush, and Rain Flush is okay. I mean, it doesn't do much other than be a kill card in a meta with no kill cards, but it's probably the worst kill condition still out of all of the kill conditions in the game. It's not necessarily a bad set. It's just you don't really get your money's worth in boxes.
Now, you said Rain Flush is the best kill condition, or the worst of all the good kill conditions. I want you to elaborate. What are the good kill conditions, you say then?
Really, like, realistically right now, if the only way to kill people is to attack them a lot. So obviously throws are still pretty good. But like the kill conditions right now are just cards that like allow you to overwhelm your opponent. Like you're not going to kill people with these attacks, but you're going to hopefully overwhelm them with the damage that follows. Like the good like over many character kill conditions are going to be like Shurinuis, geysers, stuff that are going to let you filter your hand and draw a million more cards. Like your offhand kill conditions are going to be cards like Leona Blades into like Blizzard Sword Leona Blade combo. And then like Rain Flush is good for that like reason as well. But there's nothing that's super like a kill condition anymore. And your like the quality of cards kind of dropped drastically because everybody knows like Red Horizon and Tides are just fucking broken sets.
Tides is probably, in my opinion, like the best set that Jasco's ever released.
Yeah, Tides is like the highest like per value card quality set that Jasco has released. It's like every card in it was pretty ridiculous, and like without it, you see a lot of like different decks having to work in different ways. Like another kill card is like you can set things up with like quick boomerang and stuff, but it's not reliable. Like there aren't reliable kill conditions. There are a lot of random things you can kill people with, but nothing that's guaranteed.
Sure. All right, Phil. Just we kind of had a new tournament. We kind of had just a not the biggest tournament in the world.
Air humping over the fucking wall. It's ridiculous.
But nonetheless, you won the first post-rotation tournament.
Post-rotation.
So
I mean, technically, it was the last pre-rotation tournament. If you ask
it was both
the creators of the game. Oh, I think I broke my belt. Well, that's disappointing.
But why do you think your Skullman deck did so well? I mean, why did it beat Garrett's deck that everyone's like jacking off over, but everyone's always jacking off Garrett? The deck has like 300 views online, and
does it really?
Yeah, it's like 300 views and like fucking 70 comments.
How many fucking views does my deck have?
A little more, folks.
My deck won the fucking tournament.
Exactly, and your deck has less than 100 views. It's just the Garrett dick riding train.
No, but it was able to beat us. Like I was the only one who took any games off of him all weekend.
Yeah, and not to mention your deck went undefeated. So why do you think that your deck did so? Like came over the top of Garrett, over the top of Keenan's Gemini Man, over Ringman, over the Snake Man deck that was there. I mean, why is the Skullman deck? Why did it win? Why is it better than these other decks?
People weren't ready for the amount of like card quality you get out of Skullman. I could see pretty much any card I want within maybe 2 or 3 turns of the game. You don't necessarily get all the cards you want on the field, but you don't really need them because you have everything you need in your hand. Like you discard the cards, draw better cards, discard the shit in your hand, and filter. I did go undefeated technically. I mean, I had 3 draws, but
right, but you still didn't.
I didn't drop a game. I drew with Drew Maffei because I let him have a last turn of the game because I'm not gonna like scumbag Drew out of a turn, and then like Garrett Brett played the fucking mill deck that took fucking 9 years to finish a game, and then I just drew with Keenan because IDing is fun.
Right, sure.
But I don't know. It's not like it was obviously the best deck in the entire world. It just packed enough of like the weird offhanded damage pumps, and then it was pretty much throws. You just poke them. You poke them down enough so that when you do hit them with a Shiranui combo, and then you draw a million cards. Like they're drawing cards too, but they're not getting the quality you are because you'll be able to filter off of every single attack you play. So like Wing Slash and stuff like that is like just double quality. Like Wing Slash is probably the best attack in the deck just because you get to see. Let me see. You get to see 3 cards extra. Yeah. You get 3 extra cards. You filter 2 discard effects for your no other purpose, which is like super MVP damage pump in that deck because you just get 4 damage for free.
That's the one where Skullman's like stomping on Mega.
Yeah. Right? It's Skullman's 3/5 with a 2/0 block.
Yeah.
It even has like a gray block. Like it's just a solid card in him. I don't know. It was like decks could try to do a lot of things. Like I played against 2 different Geyser decks, and they were like super good, like they're super fast, and I got blown out in one game both times, but the quality isn't there for Geyser. You have to actually like draw into it. If fucking Skullman could geyser people, like the world would just end because you would see so many more cards than everybody else, and you would just destroy them.
Is anyone getting that card quality in the game with Skullman, or is he just the best character? Is he just better than every other deck?
I don't even know if he's necessarily better than every other deck. Like Elizabeth gets really good quality as well, which is I think why they were the two characters in the finals. I think that Garrett played works well off of. I mean, for the mill, you're running play off of the all, I guess, but you could definitely run it off of like water or anything. And with water, you're going to get second chance to filter momentum every turn. Like getting free cards and quality like that is just ridiculous. Some of the outliers from like the past don't really line up. Like my character card isn't. I don't think it's good right now. Like I think it's pretty shitty, despite getting a free card, because like your attack quality is so low that it doesn't matter if I pick up anything. Like I could pick up so few cards that are good off of that symbol. Like,
so you're saying since your character doesn't really have a kill card to pick up, it's really not that strong.
Yeah, because they're not giving kill conditions like 3 checks anymore like they were. So you're really getting like a lot of utility attacks. Like you could pick up Dust Crushers, you could pick up Blizzard Swords, you could pick up Leaf Shields, I guess, if you really wanted to not die. But in the end, you're not doing anything with those cards. And then like you got character cards like Gemini Man or like Snake Man who are pumping attacks to the moon, and it doesn't matter how many blocks you're holding really, or if you can even block it in some instances.
Interesting. All right, I'm gonna say this, Phil. You mentioned a lot of this stuff, major kill cards like Trinity Geyser and Shernui, and Rain Flush especially. But now that the meta is kind of starting to be defined, post rotation. We had this New Orleans tournament. We're going to get a Pro Tour in Columbus. We're going to get a Pro Tour in Atlanta in a few weeks. So we're going to have back-to-back Pro Tours in the upcoming weeks. People that are going to these Pro Tours and the events, what are the cards that they need to look out for? What do you need to sideboard against? What do you need to main deck against? What cards does your deck need to beat to win tournaments?
Like you definitely need to be playing or like looking out for cards like you need to have either an answer to a Phytophobia or be playing it in your deck. That's Snake Man's 2/5 low block with pretty much the stop all damage on the block. That card's ridiculous. It's not like overpowered or anything. It makes you think. Other cards you have to deal with are like Call Red-Handeds. You either need to be packing it or you need to have an answer to it if you're playing a Trinity Geyser Shernui deck. Because that's like the one card besides Revoke that can shut you down. And like Revoke, you're never going to have an answer to. You don't have answers to Revoke in this meta. Your answer to Revoke is to play through 4 of them. You have to hope that they can't cycle them with like Metal Man or some shit, and you have to play through them. I got revoked 3 times in a turn against Keenan Meadows, 4 times in a turn against Timothy Crawley because he was playing Kula. And you just have to be able to deal with that shit. Like, you have to be able to play through it. You have to look out, obviously, for Templars. But, again, Templar, you could just caught red-handed it. You got to be playing what you think are the power cards, pretty much. You have to build your deck with, I want to say 80% cards that are just going to stop your opponent from trying to win the game. Like, your cards don't do damage anymore. You don't have damage bumps.
Okay. All right, Phil. Let's see what else I have on the agenda. Let's see. Okay. Now you talked about the strong cards. I know that your deck especially, I'll say, Improved Design did a lot of work, and you kind of sold that card to me. I would say that card is a bit underrated. Are there some cards that you think that people are sleeping on that maybe people need to wake up that are these underrated cards that need to be in more decks? Or
well, like Improved Design is it's actually proved to be a little worse than I thought it was going to be, but it still gets you value. The damage pump is pretty good if you can facilitate it, but the R to get like an attack back is kind of silly. It's pretty much just a filter tutor, especially in a character card where you check so many times. Like, it's probably incredible if you have a checking ability at all on your character card. Then like other cards, like I'm trying to think of some. Chin has a lot of random cards that are just super good. I'm going to go and find their names because I don't know names of UFS cards anymore. think one of them's like sober enough to fight, and the other one's like drunken fist master or some nonsense. But they both pretty much are like reactive ways to stop your opponent from just crapping on your game plan. I don't really see them ever played. And like I'm just gonna name like straight off just water cards right now because I haven't looked at anything else. But stunning new look. Garrett Brett sold me on how ridiculous this card is because you just get a free draw for no reason at all, and if your opponent can't hit you, which they can't in this bad meta, you just get to draw cards for free.
Yeah, +1 hand size seems solid.
+1 hand size, pretty good, pretty good. It's not necessarily great if you don't have water because you don't get the second effect, but it's kind of neat. I was thinking of like random decks that could play. What is this name of this attack? This Dr. Cossack's attack. Like Cossack Buster literally sets up your checks and gives itself more damage and speed. Like I think there's got to be some room in the like world for a Gemini Man deck that plays Cossack's Buster because you just set up like ridiculous checks and set up a bunch of damage. I don't know. I'm like going off of my tournament results, which were like winning a fucking draft and winning standards.
Yeah, the Cossack Buster.
the Cossack Buster, the 5x Cossack Slam fucking draft was amazing. I like roll a lot. I play one roll in like every deck. And I don't think people are actually looking at it as like a card you can play in every deck, but it filters for your assets. Shares 3 symbols with Napkin, so you're probably playing Surprise Series and Napkin in the same deck, which gives you like another outlet for a free card. And then it has the ability to keep you alive. Like one copy of it, it's super good. I'm just gonna start. I guess I'm just talking about like Mega Man cards at this point because everybody knows everything else. Balanced Fighter's ridiculous. Design for Combat's ridiculous. I just feel like everybody kind of looks like if you looked at the card and thought, man, this card's pretty good, it's probably really good.
Yeah.
A card I could have like a card that's going to help facilitate a lot of Shiranui decks out there, like to look out for, is going to be reactive style. I played 0 copies because I don't know, I didn't have space, I guess, but like getting the free momentum off of it is kind of ridiculous.
Well, Keen and I talked about that card today. I was asking him if he had tested it at all. He said that he thinks it's really good, especially in Turbo.
Oh, I think it's. Oh god, I have no idea what Turbo does or that format is.
Neither do I, but he's been testing it for.
Yeah, he's got to win his hometown tournament or whatever. Get his cash prize. But yeah, reactive style is a really good card. You don't really have like any momentum gen in like the format at all, so it's really nice to like just be able to see stuff. Curiosity has a nice discard engine. Like if you have any abilities that discard cards, you run like 4 Curiosities and you pretty much take away all the costs on your cards. I didn't run that.
You play Curiosity in your deck?
I didn't run it. I might try it though. Not sure. If you ask Shane Duckworth, he's breaking the meta with reprogramming. He's probably going to get.
Reprogramming is interesting. It's not really played a lot in Atlanta.
He's going to get diversified by me, and he's going to be sad about it. It's totally fine.
Diversified playing what character?
Oh, he's going to play Skullman, and I'm going to play Skullman, and he's going to lose to my deck because my deck's better than his.
Damn, the shit talk. We haven't even gotten to the shit talk section. I say it's a section.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine.
Early.
It's fine. I'm just early. It's fine. It's fine.
All right, Phil. We're going to ask the fucking questions people want to hear. We got New Orleans PTC just happened. Ohio PTCs happened. Atlanta PTCs happened. Phil Birch, what are the top 3 decks and why are they the top 3 decks? Don't give me no bullshit. What are your top 3 decks, Phil Birch?
The top 3 decks in no real particular order. I'm going to go with a Skullman deck. I'm not going to specify a symbol either because I think Skullman probably works off of all 3 of the symbols just because of the quality, which is why Shane Duckworth is going to be bringing a deck that's completely different than mine. Snake Man, I think he was only run by one person. It was a new person, but that guy is kind of ridiculous. He throws out like ridiculous strings and can do retarded amounts of damage. And my number 3 is actually going to be something that didn't even show up at the Pro Tour in New Orleans. I think Garrett Brett's card's probably super ridiculously broken right now, and nobody's playing it because he just gets free draws off a Balanced Fighter. He also can play No Other Purpose, so like Balanced Fighter, No Other Purpose decks are they're really pretty close to my heart right now. So
sure, sounds good.
I think that those are probably like the top 3 characters. You could smatter Gemini Man in there somewhere, I guess, but until Gemini Man like shows that he can't just die to stuff, I don't really know how I feel about him. Like, despite being like lucky in some instance, my game with Keenan took 20 minutes. I 2-0'd him. I got lucky at points, but like it's like it just felt like he couldn't live very long. Like, despite having like access to Templars and stuff, it doesn't feel like a deck that can last long enough to actually kill your opponent in some instances. Like another like a good high hand size character is honestly Leona right now, which is silly. But you like outbuild the shit out of your opponent, and then you get like Marco's deck was super good, honestly.
Yeah, you're sold on Marco's deck.
I thought it was really good. I think he can make tweaks to it, and I think he could be a better player. But I think his deck itself is super good. He didn't make all the changes I wanted him to. It probably wouldn't have mattered that much because I don't know, it's preference. But yeah, like 8 hand size Trinity Geyser 9 million 2 checks deck is it's a real thing. It's a real thing that Marco thinks he only plays cheese. That deck is probably one of the top 10 decks in the format. Probably top 5 decks.
It's not really cheese. I was making fun of Marco because he says everything is cheese, and I was like, oh, Phil Birch. So I have this deck right, and it's True Long, and it plays Playful Slice and a bunch of kick attacks. It's the total cheese.
Right, like it throws 1 million attacks a turn. It must be just cheese. It like it wins with a gimmick. It's the cheesiest. No, like his deck is super solid. There's just a lot of good like characters, but it's really hard to figure out who's like doing what these days. Honestly,
so the meta is super character dependent, is what you're telling me. It's not.
Yeah, there is nothing
symbol dependent.
It's
just mostly characters.
It's not symbol. It's not attack. It's not like foundation dependent. It's definitely character meta, which doesn't happen all that often in UFS. Like last year's Gen Con was a character meta because you can only play 4 decks if you wanted to win. But that was like a really terrible meta, like probably the worst meta I've ever played in. Besides,
it was a tough meta. Yeah.
Besides that one time I quit UFS because I couldn't afford Ada syndicates. But yeah, like metas that are dependent on characters are usually pretty fun. It gives you like a more wide open ability to like win, because you're going to see a lot of different characters, because nothing is super overpowered that like you have to include it. Morning Lost is obviously the outlier. Card needs to be banned, but it's too fun. So you can't ban those fun cards, Piglet. Everybody knows that the fun cards need to stay in the format, which is why my character cards still exist, because fun is a
relative term, I think, but that's just my personal opinion, I guess. All right, Phil. Well, I mean, I appreciate the interview, man. We're gonna kind of slow it down, but we're gonna have some fun. I want to hear some of your shout outs for like, New Orleans, shout outs for the upcoming Ohio and Atlanta Pro Tours in the next couple of weeks. You already called out Shane Duckworth and said that you're going to diversify him. So I want to hear who you're calling out, and I want to hear you shit talk people and get them nice and salty before the tournament.
Oh, like I can't get people salty. I mean, I've never done that before in my life. I don't know what that's about. I almost rage quit the finals match. So I don't know anything about salt. But no, it's just like for shout outs is definitely a super fun time. Like meeting everybody I met there. Like I knew Rodney, obviously. Seeing Tim again, I hadn't seen him in like a year and a half. I saw him at Vegas once. And then meeting like some of the newer players was pretty cool. They seem like nice guys, and they'll get better. It's just a practice thing. Like you can already tell that they learn some stuff. They're picking up on some concepts. Bo Tucker for playing for being the tournament organizer for all 5 minutes before he quit and started playing in the tournament, which was like the greatest troll of all time. That he played my deck, which I thought was super fun. He suggested some changes. They probably will make more sense, but like I said, I didn't think that deck was going to do anything, and then it murdered everybody the entire weekend. Because apparently Ringman is super good if you can Metal Ball or Mega Ball into Trinity Geyser on for like a 4 diff.
Yeah, I was kind of hyped that Bo Tucker was back in top 8 because, usually without the Spera or like Paralyzing Touch bans, he pretty shit.
Yeah, I mean, if he's not cheating, he's probably not winning. Bo Tucker's a cheater, guys. You just got to watch out for him. He's definitely cheated against me and still lost. So, Yeah, let's see, shout outs to Jarrett Brett, because
Oh, Jared.
Jarrett Brett is something else. He's a great guy. He owns the cops. He definitely doesn't have any illegitimate children or offshore bank accounts. He pays real Canadian taxes.
Oh, shit.
um,
Oh, I thought of a great joke the other day too, Phil Birch.
okay.
You know how like they say the Canadians like didn't have to fight a war from their independence from England?
Yeah.
That's a thing. Well, actually, Garrett Brett already won that war twice. The shots have been fired.
Shots fired. Shots fired. Dude, fucking English people are so bad. No offense to all of you Brits, but man, Mike Hardiman is a total fucking garbage can. I love you, Mike. And congratulations on your like engagement and stuff that happened, but you're a total fucking garbage can. People always are telling me that Joe Hill's good. I don't fucking know. He won a character. He must be good. But Mike Hardiman won a character, and he's total shit. So, shout outs to Mike Lowe for feeding like 18 kills in a League of Legends game before this interview. That was sweet. That was rad. This is definitely the best thing I've ever had to do today. Let's see. Who else was in New Orleans? Devin for being, I don't know, for taking all the shit for being the butler, I guess. Like you're basically just a butler. You're a butler, and apparently you got a thing going on with some other people, but that's all right. It's all right. You and Diamond Dude or whatever his name was are really gonna
shout out to Marco's sister.
Shout outs to Marco's sister for getting every hole filled the entire weekend.
And shout out for Gapathon.
Gapathon was a success. The double penetration on Jack Hale was glorious. The DP that had to be rescheduled from Marco to Jack Hale. Man had his butthole spread wide open for 2 rounds of Swiss, and it just never turned around from there.
One after the other. And you know what? It was sort of Keenan and I got the double pin, but Garrett had his way with Jack Hale before Keenan and I got to.
Oh no! Was it like the triple? Like you guys?
It was Garrett. Garrett put some work in on him, and then Keenan and I just came in for the double. I mean, you know,
you guys hit with the Eiffel Tower. You guys put your hands straight up, just high five in the middle.
Yes, exactly like this.
Exactly like that, dude.
But,
I'm excited for the Pro Tour coming up though, man, because we're gonna like AJ's gonna be here. Like Rochester guys are gonna be here. It's gonna be a pretty big one.
Ooh, I didn't know AJ was coming. Who's he staying with?
Me. He's gonna sleep on the same couch as me.
The young sluts.
We're gonna have raging couch sex, and we'll do a shot. We'll do the Jaeger bomb because he's here, and you know it. You know it. You know it. No, it's gonna be cool. We're gonna have a lot of guys here. I know Bo Tucker's coming in again. Hopefully he gets to play, but I think he's our judge. And
Bo, Devin and Garrett, Slam.
Yeah, Devin, Garrett, Slam, Jeremy, Keith, Sweet Baby, fresh off his cardboard championship win in Vegas or in Worlds. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. It's okay. I don't know, man. I'm excited to see some of these people again. Excited to see what all the different regions are bringing to the table. I know what we're bringing here in Atlanta. We're keeping it simple. We're keeping it broken. We're keeping it revitalized because I apparently just revitalized the meta. So I'm like the ultimate deck builder. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Shu doesn't have a deck. Shout out to Shu for not having a fucking deck because he doesn't know what the hell he wants to play. 2 weeks away, doesn't have a deck. It's literally brilliant. It's just absolutely the best. He's probably gonna. We're gonna build him a quick boomerang deck, and we're just.
He can always play Skillman.
He could always play Skillman.
That's supposed to be the Brian Lee deck.
I built Skillman for Ben, and then he told me that it seems bad, and I was like, "You're probably right, but it draws a lot of cards."
The draw power. So we were gonna try for all the Garrett Brett Dick Riders out there. I was gonna try and have Garrett on the interview, but he is at work extra late tonight. But he left me a few statements for all you guys, so you can.
These are gonna be good, aren't they?
These are his statements. and he says, "My comments are," and you can quote, "Suckers got milled, band mourning the loss, and I own the cops." So if you don't know what that means, you can come to Atlanta and find out.
Yeah, we're gonna get Jarrett to show up too. I actually bought his plane ticket for him with my fund.
Fucking Garrett Brett has a rage meter, but it's his opponent's rage meter, and he keeps a rage meter. So
yeah, I actually was part of the rage meter. He almost got me to quit
ooh.
until Bo Tucker told me we were playing the next day, or else there wouldn't have been a finals. There would have been me.
Yeah, and for anyone wondering like why I was saying people won and didn't, well, because Phil Birch like pretty much forfeited the finals the night before, and then they were like, "Well, no, I'm not going to forfeit. We'll just play it out tomorrow." Well, then at like 1:30 at night, which is technically tomorrow, Jarrett Brett surrenders the tournament away at a Denny's to Phil Birch. So when we woke up in the morning in the hotel room, it's like 11:30, and like I think we're supposed to play the tournament. I don't know, whenever. It's just the finals. So I was like, well, shit, Jarrett Brett, he already surrendered to Phil, so he's the tournament champion. So, and then they were like, well, I guess we're going to play it out anyways, but
it was
there was a double forfeit.
it was the game 3, honestly. It was the third set of the match.
That's some extended championship level scooping right there.
That was such a fucking miserable day. Like I had to sit there and watch. I won both my top 8 games in 20 minutes, and I had to sit and watch Garrett Brett play 2 3-hour games.
Yeah, but then you gave him the bopping at least. So
I didn't even give him the bopping. I scooped game 1. That's like the best story of all time. I was like 30 minutes in, tilted hard as fuck because he didn't do anything the entire game or attack me. He just milled me. And I was like, fuck this, I scoop. We're going to game 2 because I can't beat you this game. And then Bo Tucker was like, I legitimately think you scooping on tilt won you the second game because you just kept attacking him.
Well, the strats, you know.
Sometimes when you're on tilt, you play way better because you just want the game to be over with. And sometimes when you want the game to be over with, you just YOLO attack people. You don't think about it. You just hope. Sometimes you just poke them for like 4. And then you poke them for 4, and then they just let you kill them.
Got him.
Hey, Ben, what are you playing? He's not playing. All right. He quit.
Will you come let Ben Shoemaker in our interview?
Do you want to come into the interview?
Not really.
Ben Shoemaker, don't be a bitch. Come see me. I want to see your dick.
He wants to see your dick.
Yes.
Oh, the tease.
I already did a viewer discretion advised. You can show dick here.
Yeah, the viewer discretion was already advised. This is TV mature. TVMA. Shut up.
Hey, will you show the crowd your snake cat?
The snake cat? No, he's like recovering from scalp surgery.
You
had to have
scalped your snake cat?
Yeah, I had to scalp him. No, he had like a fucking growth and he had to get it removed. So he's like literally asleep at the bottom of the box. He could be dead, I guess. I checked on him like an hour ago. Hope he's not dead.
Well, Phil, thanks for the interview, man. I'm sure that we're probably going to go drink beers and maybe play League of Legends. But for all you guys, give a shout out to Phil Birch for winning and for coming on the show. Hopefully we'll have some more people on the show. If not, people interviewing about New Orleans. I'm sure I'll have some people on after Atlanta. And I think I might do some of the old school, like ghetto ass shit that I used to do where I take my phone on my porch, the Piglet Porch interviews.
The Piglet Porch interviews.
So we might bring back a couple of those, just the 10-minute interviews, like 3 questions. So because we'll have Slam and Devin, and I might even give you guys like a Garrett Brett Piglet Porch interview. So go ahead and like ejaculate now. So,
yeah, you're gonna have to get like some of the semen out, or else you're just gonna explode everywhere.
Like here.
Show
Take your bottle of lotion.
Yeah,
give your bottle of lotion. And watch my Piglet Porch interview with Garrett and enjoy yourself. You're welcome. This is a gift from me to you. I already gave you his Rocket Man.
The Rocket Man
karaoke. I mean,
what an incredible person.
I'm the Piglet is now the U porn of the UFS community.
Oh, of course.
And Garrett Brett is Sasha Grey. So with that, I think we'll end on that. Shout outs to Sasha Grey.
Shout outs to Marco's
to
sister.
Sasha Gray and Marco's sister and Garrett Brett. Everyone's hard on in the UFS community. So we'll see you guys. Southern Fried interviews are
Later,
out.
guys.
Thanks, Phil Birch.
Deuces.
Deuces. Peace up. A-Town.